Howdy folks, my name's Christian and welcome to Bullish on Farming. Today is November 1st and we just weaned 12 of our calves in here. Had them in the field just over there in a 2-day multi-day paddock and had them right on the doorstep of the barn, and those are the mamas missing their calves. So I haven't shown too much of our barn system. And soon these mums they're going to be moving up to a high field all the way to the west side of our farm to start bale grazing. But we thought for the next few days, 2 or 3, we're going to leave the mums in there, feed them a couple bales in our permanent paddock, and keep them in sight of their young ones to just bring the stress of the wean down a bit more. Usually this farm, all the cattle were off pasture at this point. In previous years, and there was just one page wire fence between them with the tensile wire, and that's kind of how we did a soft wean, if you want to call it that, where they can kind of sniff each other and be nice and close, but the calf can't drink. And so we're doing it this way this year. We have a nice nursery paddock here that we bale graze with some steers. This has got about 30 days of rest. Not that it would have grown in much in the past 30 days. But for 12 calves, it's more than sufficient. I'm going to get them to clean up some of the hay that we laid down. Come in tomorrow and roll out a fresh bale for these young ones. So I'll keep you posted on that main group. And when we're moving them down to the high field to start bale grazing. But this video, I wanted to talk about our calves. And what a better time than when we have them isolated. So these are going to be about 7-month-old calves. Some of them will be 6.5 months. And up until this point, they've been on pasture, mob grazing with their mums, getting the best quality milk that their mums can offer them off this farm. And you can see it's paid off. Got a nice beefy calf there. Got another steer right here. And we're happy with our calf crop this year, folks. Of course, there's some all-stars and then there's some ones that hadn't performed as well. But we've been taking notes, and those with older mums who are, not having the best foraging capabilities anymore, noticing them not keeping up with the group, able to kind of fill themselves on the paddocks that we give them, not because there's not enough feed, just because there's not enough of the tender grasses and stuff that they like to forage in their later years. Some of them are now missing their teeth. And, if that cow can't keep consuming as much as it offers, it's not really an efficient cow anymore. And you're gonna see that in how it grows its calves and how it performs while doing it. But for the most part in this herd, you can't complain. I mean, this calving season, I think we had 12 or 13 calves just in April. And then we finished them off pretty well in May, leaving like 2 left to calve out during the later summer months, July, August. But you can see calves are looking good, folks. Nice and full, nice and healthy. They're husky. When they walk, they got kind of a waddle because they're carrying weight. Sometimes you see calves and they skip along and they look like deer. You're like, wait a minute, that's a 10-month, that's a yearling. Why has it got a gut on it? You want to get guts on your cattle, folks, because a fat cow is a healthy cow. And when it's on grass, you don't have to worry about, oh, she's going to get too fat. We don't feed grain-intensive diets here. We don't have to worry about that. I've never seen an obese cow on grass, mob grazing, moving daily and having to work for its food, not just sit in a pen or stand around just eating and pooping all day. Although that's what these animals do. They spend 95% of their time grazing. Well, not that much, but chewing cud included in that. And they have to, just to keep on their condition when they're older and when they're calves, to grow out healthy and strong. And so you can see that these calves are not missing their mums as much as the mums are missing them. Yep. And, you know, that's because these guys aren't really craving a drink yet. I guarantee tonight, when they want that milk before bed, people are going to be texting me, oh, everything's, you know, I hear bawling up at the barn. Is everything okay? Usually give them a heads up when we're weaning, because the bellowing at night is a real thing for about 2-3 days. But right now, they're content. And consuming that salad bar, turning it into beef protein. And we're looking good, folks. Gonna take in a bit closer look at our calves. This guy actually found in the cold, what is it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. Hypothermia. And I think he was down to like 30 degrees, maybe like 29. Wrapped him in some blankets, put him in a room where we got a heater, and got him back, and you wouldn't know it. You know, he had a rough first week. He had that look in his eyes like he didn't have it all together. But now, this guy, G2K, looking nice and big. And he had a great mom. Stuck with him the whole time. And yeah, 20 calves this year for us, folks. 20 mums, 20 calves. It's a 100% deal. You can't complain. So look at this group right here. And sorting them this morning was a little bit of an ordeal, because calves, they don't like to enter that barn. They've never been in there before. And so you could see they like get stunned, having that psychological barrier. They don't know if they should go through it or if they can. That doorway, it's kind of dark in there. We have lights, we turn them on, but you know, it's still kind of a dim barn. But got them all sorted out. And another day at the office. And when I start raising my voice, they start raising theirs. So yeah, folks, so we got another, what is it? So 12 in here, another 8 calves yet to be weaned. And they'll probably stick with their mums for the next month. And then end of November, after we're done bale grazing, we're gonna bring them back here to the barn, sort out their calves. And this is the paddock that I'm talking about that we're planning on being in for only 3 weeks. We're trying not to go more than 21 days. We're hoping that the ground freezes over and that we can get the cattle out to that field and bale graze it. Lay out 76 bales in each field and use poly braid to sweep them across the field. We did it last year, we're gonna do it again. It's doing good work on our pastures, and we wanna keep it up. 3 to 5 years of doing that, that's magic, baby. You gotta manage it properly, and things get a little thick with the bale grazing. But if you're willing to put in a little bit of extra labor work, remember that this work, folks, the trade-off for integrating, you know, your fertilization program with your feed program is it's a little bit more management intensive. Your boots got to be on the ground, and you got to be willing to put in a little bit of muscle work. And the payoff is the harmonization with nature's design, using less aggressive, more harmonious farm practices that are already designed by nature to optimize your regenerative benefits throughout your farm. And that's the idea. So I think I'm going to stop it there, folks. Not much more to say. I want to thank you all for stopping by, and God bless you all. See you on the next one.